Hi Gemini, how are you guys? So, wow, on this reading, super clear. This is a general reading, of course, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And it is timeless, so it should hit you or find you when the time is right. But I did specifically ask for New Moon in Pisces energy, what New Moon in Pisces is bringing in for you. That doesn't mean it only comes in during that moon phase. It's what it brings in. It's, it's with the new energies that's coming in, and it's freaking amazing. So let's get started. So it looks like you have major love coming in. I have such a strong message. So I think I'm going to go over the cards, and then, hopefully, probably at the end, I'm going to go into some of what this book says that I think is so profound, especially if you're really interested in the wisdom of tarot, or you're interested in learning tarot. You definitely want to stick around for that. But let's go ahead and get into this reading. So you've got major, strong love coming in. Two Queen of Cups cards came out, and often in tarot, the Queen of Cups has her cup covered. It's where she's kind of shut down. Both of these have an open cup. So very powerful, beautiful, amazing love looks like it's coming in. I feel like here's another indication. So these two came out together. This is the Knight of Cups, somebody coming towards you with a love offer. I feel a strong message here to be open to it with those open cups, okay? This is like you're going to get what you wanted, what you really, really wanted. Be open to it. Don't miss out. Have your hands open to receive. So beautiful. Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, so many cups. Pisces is a sign of love. That's what's happening right now. A lot of strong, energetic, amazing opportunities for love. So here's the Queen of Cups with the Fool. Now, the Fool not only indicates a new beginning and taking a chance, but it is also very indicative of releasing baggage. So any preconceptions or noise in the world. We also got the Hermit, the Hanging Man. So I also saw got the Hermit energy. I think the card came out to you during pre-shuffle, but this all ties together so perfectly. This is very, very, very strong message saying you've got love coming in. One, make sure you're open. Two, let go of baggage. Okay? Forget the things that you maybe you've learned, or the voices in your head going, if this is right, then that person should do X, Y, Z in this order, or act like this, or it should go this fast, or it should be this way, this way. You got to cut that out, because love is not about expecting others to do what the social norms are. There's a strong message here about releasing social norms. Sorry for my phone. Let me pause this so I don't get any more dings. So be ready to let go of baggage, take it on brand new. Okay? This is letting things grow. Seven of Pentacles, slowly stable. The Knight of Pentacles also is about something slow and stable. This is seeds are planted. Don't over expect it to go a certain way or to go in a certain time frame again. Okay? Something coming in slow and stable, very deliberate. This is my favorite night because this night comes in methodical. He's thought it through. He's not a rushed decision. It's not a, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Pardon my French. Not that that's French. It's not a come and go energy like the other nights. It's not rush in, full speed, not thinking it through, and then later go, not sure. What was I thinking, right? This is thought through. Slow, stable, letting it grow in time. Planting seeds and then feeding them. Even when, sometimes you might feel like there's an element of needing to not it's just about shutting out the noise, okay? So here we have the Hangman and the Strength card. These are the cards that just were like screaming, and then I am going to share some deep messages with you. The wisdom of the tarot, okay? But the Strength card is about she's able to tame that lion-lamb energy. She's not all lion, she's not all lamb. She might bite your head off if it's needed, but she has the ability to hold back and see things. Also, this is about going deep within. When we go deep within and get introspective, it takes strength to do that. Look at our flaws, look at our patterns, look at ways we may react. I love this because this is the sun. So we've got some Leo energy here also. Also Pisces. But this is just unbelievable. Also, looks like we have possibly some twin flame energy. You may be in we have a twin flame union window happening right now. So you could be meeting a twin. This is soulmate energy for sure. It's a deep, beautiful love. It shouldn't be expected. There shouldn't be an expectation of it to be this way or that way. Let it grow slowly over time. There might be times where, as this develops, there might be times where you're feeling like this isn't progressing as much as it should, or this isn't feeling as passionate as I feel it should, or exciting as I feel it should. Well, those things, the things that are the most satisfying and stable take time. They go through the ups, the dips, it's the waves of emotions. It can't always be high, because then there's no baseline. Where's your baseline, So just chill. This is beautiful. I feel like I'm lecturing you guys. I'm sorry. Palace of Wands, Four of Wands, stability, beautiful energy. This is also, or maybe it's 10 of Wands in this deck, but I'm getting twin flame energy. If you guys haven't checked out my twin flame series below, those are timeless. Those go into everything: twin flame, soulmate, union, separation. Is it a twin? Are we, what's the time frame? What's the shadow work? They're freaky. So I'll link those down below. I am also wanting to do another episode of those. Anyway, they come out like personals, but this is a very beautiful reading. Here's the Four of Cups. Don't overthink things, okay? Here's another Strength card with the Emperor. We've got some Aries energy, also Cancer. Don't miss an opportunity because you are, dead set on things going a certain way. We've got Three of Cups. So I'm gonna lay out a little spread here. I do want to read you guys this. It's just so beautiful. So Aries energy, that's about being strong and dignified, somebody that's respected. I also want to say, you guys, please don't feel the need to prove with words you or how you feel. There might be a little bit of a knee-jerk energy, like maybe a tendency to need to send text just to get a response, to check the temperature, like, are they still into me, da-da-da. If you do that, then absolutely don't knee-jerk and try and correct it with another text, okay? Just let somebody, let your stability and your strength and your beauty, let that all, show in time, not overnight, okay? And you don't really usually you shouldn't have to explain it. It should just, you should be able to display it. People see your value more than they hear it from what we say, okay? Queen of Swords. So she knows what to say and when to say it. She's a very clear communicator. So this is really saying no games. Okay, we've got Libran energy here. Also, just saw the King of Cups. We've got a soulmate, strong soulmate. This looks like beautiful, like you're getting what you've been wanting. There you go, equal. Don't avoid it. I'm going to dig into this a little bit. We've got the Seven of Swords, but the Two of Cups is two people who love, two people who give. This is very strong. Don't play games. Let me see what this is about. Why do we have the Seven of Swords? Seven of Swords is somebody who wears a false mask often. Okay, Ace of Wands, passionate, very passionate new beginning. So there's something dark here. I wonder what it is. Let's dive in. Overall, I'm not worried. I feel something beautiful. So Ace of Wands, passion, passionate new beginning. This may be you know what I'm feeling is this may be like a little bit too scared. I'm going to show you what's at the bottom of the deck because we just talked about this. There's an element here of maybe not believing it for what it is. Okay, we've got Aquarius energy, but this is, it's been there so much conflict. So either trying to escape conflict and not face it, which typically isn't a good idea. Usually gets worse when we don't face it. We should, you know, lean into it. It gives us strength when we do that, when we lean into adversity. It gives us confidence and abilities, and it proves to us that we can handle challenges and adversity. But this is something about, you know, not pretending again. And also I feel like with this 9 of Cups coming, 9 of Coins, actually. So this looks like wealth, abundance, ability to be independent. But here we have the Fool card, which is, as you know, the Fool is somebody that has a clean slate, travels light, learns lessons as he goes on his journey. So anything dark or you know, uncomfortable in your past, face it, lean into it, and then that way you can let it go, right? Let's see. How does this person feel towards Gemini? The World. It's a beautiful, this is a beautiful thing. It's what you've been wanting, okay? Looks like there's a lot of passion also. Look at that, Ace of Cups, new beginning. Oh, and it's stable. It looks like there's going to be a ton of passion here too. With that Devil card, could be a Capricorn. There's Ace of Pentacles, and this kept coming out too. So look, Knight of Wands. So you got passion, you got love, and stability. So, be careful not to question it, okay? I'm going to read this to you, especially you guys, and then we'll pull a twin flame card too. But let's see. Let me get those out so I don't forget about them. Don't forget to do it. Okay. All right. So this is a very just beautiful depiction of the story of, you know, the wisdom of the tarot, which is what my big attraction to tarot is. But it says the Fool's voyage now enters a deeper phase. So think of yourself as the Fool. The Fool must now take all the lessons he has learned so far and apply them to his problems and challenges that we all face at some time in our lives. How interesting that these came out with the Fool card. The challenges and wow, tarot blows my mind. Some of these challenges come over and over. In strength, the Fool must acknowledge the existence of a power within him that embodies great strength, but that also seems to have a mind and desire of its own. This theme is familiar from the previous card, the Chariot, with its powerful yet wild horses. In fact, the Chariot strength and third card, the Devil, amazing, form a triumvirate with a common theme. Each deals with the ambivalent inner force that can help us, but also has the potential for great harm if we don't harness it properly. This card shows strength as a tiger that has been mastered by a woman. In biological terms, the tiger would represent adrenaline, a hormone that increases heart rate and blood pressure triggered by mental or physical stress. This helps us deal with crisis situations by putting the body in fight or flight mode where it can perform feats it would normally be incapable of. The end result may be fortunate or unfortunate depending on the circumstances. In one case, you might find yourself lifting the front end of a car, trapped to rescue someone underneath. In another case, you may find yourself physically attacking someone simply because you're angry. It's important to understand that the inner tiger doesn't make a moral distinction between these two situations. That's why we have counterbalancing element in our psyches. The woman on the card who controls the tiger and is able to use its energy constructively while keeping it reined in when appropriate. So balance is a key issue when dealing with the energy shown on this card. If we let the trigger have its way, there will obviously be many unfortunate outcomes, as we'll see later in the Devil card. It's crazy. Tarot blows my mind. You'd think I'd be used to it, but I just don't ever get used to it. The woman on this card is a person of great beauty. Where is she? She's adorned with stars, and her face bears the elemental sign of fire. The moon hanging from her ear suggests she controls the tiger from her intuitive center. She is a powerful figure, yet she dominates the tiger by not brute strength, but by intelligence, sympathy, and love, and provides a civilizing influence to tame the beast. So if you're into the astrology aspects, it's a Leo. It represents Leo. The Leo is a sign of strength as well as dominating and dramatic energies. And this is the Hebrew letter. It is serpent, for serpent. It represents the same untamed animal energy symbolized by the tiger. Okay. So this is the Tarot of Dreams guidebook. So if you're interested in that. And then... what was the other one? Let's see. The Hanging Man. So let's read this and then we'll pull a twin flame card. So this is just such a beautiful reading about like the journey of life, you know, and how to navigate. So it says, up until this point, the Fool has identified the primary archetypal functions of his own mind, as well as larger moral and ethical considerations as he sets out on his voyage. Now he comes to the conclusion that at this stage of the journey, these personages and experiences are not enough to carry him to his destination. He must engage in self-exploration. We talked about that, and no, I didn't read this. I just glanced over it. Let's see. Self-exploration. I think I said introspection. So let's see. He has to go deeper, so this is introspection. It is not enough to explore the hidden caves and crevices of the inner landscape. Now he must relinquish the conscious world and dive deep within himself. Okay, it goes back to that whole shutting out the noise. It is the relinquishing that forms the main concern of this card. As the Hanging Man, the Fool no longer concerns himself with the approval of society or the people around him, but instead sacrifices his social standing in order to more fully explore his inner self. So the man is nude and he is bald. So as in the Lovers, nudity suggests honesty and voluntarily exposing one's vulnerabilities. There you go. So that was a message that it was not, that everything indicated for, but I didn't specifically say. So it's an ability to be vulnerable and be honest, shed the ego type energy. So as in faith, baldness implies an openness to other points of view and broadening of horizons. When we examine the figure's feet, we find that the feet are unbound with the toes pointed as if to suggest a competitive diver who just launched himself from the diving board. All of these elements suggest a voluntary giving up of one's present position in life. The machinery at the top of the card, as in other cards, represents the workings of our conscious minds. The water at the bottom suggests the depths of the subconscious. Our hangman is seen in the act of diving from his conscious into his subconscious. Not simply plunging off the deep end into the subconscious mind, but rather it's a deliberate and well-planned foray into new territory. The rules of the waking mind in everyday world won't work in this inner landscape. but he is still making an essential rational decision to venture there. The hangman tattoos provide another interesting clue. Observing a tattoo involves undergoing a painful procedure, so there's certainly an element of sacrifice. Tattoos are usually permanent. A person who gets one is forever and indelibly aligning themselves with an ideological or artistic statement. Here, the tattoos are completely symmetrical between the right and left sides of his body. Let me get that focused. Oh, sorry, babes. There you go. Let's see. This could suggest that he's leaving behind the prejudices and biases of his conscious mind to enter a world. We got the world card. To enter a world. This is so congruent. It's awesome. To enter a world where there are no such distinctions. The tattoos are of stars, moons, and suns, bringing to mind the metals of the Fool's breast pocket, which symbolize the goal of the Fool's journey to attain a larger, more complete, and more cosmic awareness and integration. So in this deck, the Hangman is not only upside down, but also backwards, facing away from us. He is literally turning his back on social expectations and on the mental structures he has already created for himself. In a reading, this card may simply mean that someone is seeking a new perspective. This energy in this card can be taken to extremes. Sometimes we find out ourselves being self-sacrificing to a fault, in other words, playing the martyr. And other times we swim against the tide simply because we like to play the role of the nonconformist. The Hangman is one of the most mysterious and evocative images in the tarot deck. When dealing with this card, written interpretations can help, but in the end, the best way to unravel the image is to use its own mystery. So in Hebrew, the letter at the top is water, and the astrological sign is Neptune, and this also is a 12, which could break down to a 3. So just beautiful, because here's it mentioned the Fool card, which we got, and see the metals. It mentioned the metals. Let me get this to focus. Okay. All right, let's pull a twin flame card. And also, you guys, I'm really, really, really wanting to ask you guys, to help me with the, I just cut the deck right at the world card, and this is always twin flame for me, this dandelion, so twin flame energy. But, how, I'm asking you guys what your opinion. Look at this. Crazy. I really should do an extended for this. 1111 Soul Hunter. For your input on what I can do to improve the channel. Okay, what do you like? What do you not like? Maybe what did I used to do that I don't do anymore? What I should do? What I should not do? I'm really, really would love your input. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing. I feel like this is nurturing the self-child, yourself, your inner child. 6 of Swords. So tranquility ahead, and 8 of Swords. This is a false sense of imprisonment. Could have to do with something from childhood. Maybe it's time to let there's a strong vibe of letting the past go. Okay. What's Gemini's energy right now? Transition, big time. Letting something go from the past. Universal alignment. You guys are going through a major glow up. Wow. And it looks like the person that this love person that's coming in is also, I feel like you guys are coming together in this area. 2 of Pentacles. Balancing act for them. So, be compassionate for this other person because of what the things they're dealing with too. Karmic review. You guys, a lot of you, this feels like twin flame, Ace of Pentacles. So how they see the situation with you is a wise investment. This person, you're going to know they're going to invest. Now make sure you don't expect it to be on your timeline. Let it develop, you know, naturally. Three of Wands, they're waiting for something. What are they waiting for, I wonder? That's how they see moving forward. What's hidden? So somebody's not being, like somebody's got difficulties that are not expressed or shared. Okay, self-sabotage. See, that does concern me a little bit. But being aware of it is what you can, is you know, half the battle. Being aware of it. We did actually touch on that in the very, very beginning. Hidden knowledge. Oh my gosh, yeah. You guys are in, I think, in the middle of a twin flame. Look at that. Union. Or on the brink of it. A meeting, 4 of Wands. It's crazy. This is, looks to me like it's where it's supposed to be, going at the correct pace. It looks like there's been a lot of trial to get to this point. So there's a very strong message again from the beginning. There's going to be equal love. Don't force it to be on your timeline or your time, you know, or your expectations. Shut out the noise. Let this develop, you know, authentically, and it's going to be, this is like chilling. It's what you wanted coming toward you. So just be careful not to let past experiences and baggage dictate how you act. You know, this is a time to look at those experiences as leveling up experiences. Okay, go back and replay what this, you know, what the book said if you need to. It's amazing, actually. Beautiful. All right, I love you guys. Let's talk in the comments. I will see you soon. Bye, Gemini.